Alright students, for the rest of this exercise, we're going to learn some new functions of your calculator. In particular, we're going to learn how to do effective annual rate, net present value, and internal rate of return. So question number 4 is about calculating effective annual rate. And you are borrowing money and you're considering two loans. Loan A and loan B have everything the same except the interest rate and the compounding frequency. Loan A offers a stated rate of 7.6% compounded daily, whereas Loan B offers a stated rate of 7.8% compounded semi-annually. Which loan should you prefer? So if you make a decision, you will make a decision based on effective annual rate instead of the effective annual rate instead of the stated rate. Okay, so that's rule number 1. And also you need to know that a lower rate is better when you're borrowing money. And if you are lending money or investing money, of course higher rate is better when investing. And to calculate the effective rate is actually pretty easy. Let's just do loan A. So for loan A, the stated rate is 7.6%. So you're gonna put a 7.6 in your calculator, and then if it's compounded daily, so the frequency should be 365. Okay, that's number of days in a year. And for loan B, the effective rate will incorporate the 7.8%, the annual rate or stated rate, and the frequency is 2 since it's a semi-annual compounding. In terms of using calculator, you need to hit apps and then go finance, and then you move all the way down. You're gonna choose option C. Alright, hit enter. Well, I got a problem here because the effective rate is inserted to the time value of money page, and that's not something I want. I want it to start over again. So I want you guys to if you are following, you guys just turn it off and turn off everything, shut it down, and then restart your computer, your calculator. And for me, since I'm using this software, I will just reset my software. Okay, just reset everything. Okay, so now I'm going to do the effective rate, and I'm going to hit apps and then finance. Okay, and then I scroll all the way down. You can see that's option C. And how do you click C on your calculator? You see A, B, C are listed here in green color. So you can use alpha program to get option C. So if I do that, the effective rate is open. And then I'm going to put a 7.6, the annual rate for loan A, separated by comma, and a 365, and then just hit enter. I don't have to close the parentheses. Okay, so the rate would be 7.89%, okay, or 895%. And if I do the same thing for loan B, then hit apps, then I can scroll all the way down, or just alpha program to get option C. Oops. So apps, finance first, and then alpha program to get option C. And then the rate is a 7.8 for the stated, and then the frequency is 2, then hit enter. So right here my stated rate is 7.95%, 952%. So that basically still means that loan A is the better one because the effective rate is lower than loan B. And if I change loan B's rate to 7.7, let's see what would happen. So if that's the case, then judged from the stated rate, then loan A is better because 7.6 is lower than 7.7. But we really have to make decision based on the effective rate. So let me do apps, finance, scroll all the way down to get the effective option. Alright, that function will requires me to put a 7.7, 2. And then if that's the case, the effective rate will be 7.848. Alright, so if that's the case, then loan B would be better because the effective rate for loan B is lower than the effective rate of a loan A. Alright, so you can see that your decision may alter if you change the criteria from stated rate to effective rate. Alright, so that's for effective rate. Let me just clear my screen and clear my history of pricing. Now let's work on net present value. If you expect the stock to pay dividends at $2, $3, and $1 at the end of year 1, 2, 3 respectively, and expect to sell the stock at $42 after 3 years, how much would you like to pay for the stock when you require 9% return each year? Okay, so that's question number 1. And question number 2, if the stock is selling for $30 today, what is the internal rate of return generated by the stock? So in this exercise, you need to know this. You need to get the stock value. Okay, so the stock value will be the net present value of all the cash flows it generated. You hold it for 3 years. The cash flows you get is the 3 dividends plus price 3. Okay, the $42 you're gonna sell after 3 years. All right. And if you are calculating the NPV, you have to put the interest rate first. So you need to use your required return as the discount rate, and then separate by comma. And for your calculator, okay, this is the interest rate goes first, and the next one you need to put is a cash flow 0. All right, and if you buy the stock, you are not really receiving any money from the stock, so your cash flow 0 should be 0. And then you are going to use this brace and put all the future cash flows in. Cash flow 1 separated by comma, cash flow 2, I'll just use capitalized always. And then for all the future cash flows, close brace, close parenthesis. Okay, close parenthesis. So that's how we do the job. And in this particular case, you need to use the NPV function. So you hit apps, and then you choose finance, number 1 option, and you see NPV is right here. You can scroll it down, hit enter, or you can just hit number 7. After you hit number 7, NPV function pops up, and it's your job to remember what to put first. And you need to know this sequence of components you put into the NPV function. The first one should be 9%, so just put number 9 for 9% in your calculator. Put number 9, and then don't forget comma to separate them. And for cash flow 0, just put 0. All right, and then you're gonna click comma again, and then you're gonna use a brace. The brace basically is above the parentheses, so you're gonna hit a second parenthesis to get brace. And then you're gonna put all the cash flows in different years. The first cash flow is $2 separated by comma, and the second cash flow is $3, so that's the dividend in the second year. And in the last year, not only you are getting $1 dividend, but also you are getting a $42 from selling stock at the price at that time. So that's your cash flows. So you can just close the brace, close the parentheses, and then hit enter. So your NPV in this case is $37.56. Okay, so that's how you get the NPV, and that basically is your estimation for the value of the stock. So you think the stock is worth $37 when you require 9% return to be paid to you. The next question is asking for internal rate of return. To get internal rate of return, you need to know the sequence of factors you insert into the IRR function. And how do you get the IRR? It's pretty easy. You hit apps again, you hit finance, just like you do with NPV, you choose number 8 for IRR. Alright? and then the rest will depend on you. So you really have to remember the factors you need to put. The first one you put should be a cash flow 0, okay, and it's separated by comma. Then you put a brace, and then you put a cash flow 1, comma, cash flow 2, comma, and then all the others, close brace, close parenthesis. Alright, in this particular case, your cash flow 0 is mentioned. It is $30. So it's like if you buy the stock today, you will pay $30 today, and then you expect to get $2, $3, $1 in the next 3 years, and also $42 at the end of the third year. When you put all the numbers in as I listed here, the first one is $30, so it should be a negative 30. Okay, if it is positive 30, your calculator just will not function. It's not just balanced, because if you expect to receive money in the future, you have to put down some money today. So invest it now, receive later. So that has to be a negative 30. And then you're gonna use brace, and then put all the cash flows in the future, starting at $2, and then $3, and then 1 plus $42. Okay, it's okay to not put the brace and the parentheses. It's okay, just hit enter after this, because your calculator will just do it for you. Just hit enter. So your IRR here is 18.03%. Okay, 18.03%. So that means the cash flow from negative $30 all the way to $2, $3, $1, $42. This stock is giving you 18% each month effectively on average, and that's pretty high return. And how much do you require? You require only 9%. So they give you higher return than you expect, than you require. So that's something good, right? Do you buy the stock? Yes, you should buy the stock. Okay, that's how you make a decision based on IRR. If it is greater than the required return, then you buy the stock. And you can also make a decision by comparing the value, okay, which is your estimation. You think the value is $37, whereas it's only selling for $30. So if the price is lower than your estimation, then you should buy it, right? You think it's worth 37, whereas it's only selling for 30. So it's really a bargain to you. Okay, so just buy the stock. So you can make decision both using IRR and NPV.